What's up, YouTube? This is part two of me telling you that weed is fake. Watch this if you love weed. Watch this if you want to quit, regardless. And if you really want to quit and you want specific advice on how to quit, I think videos 4, 5, and 6 have the most specific advice of these videos, how to quit smoking weed. All right, part 4, 5, and 6. But you can watch them all. They're all related to quit smoking weed. Anyway. This one here, I'm just going to continue telling you why smoking weed is fake, and watch this even if you love weed and you don't like me. Alright, so pretty much smoking weed is artificial happiness. It's fake, right? Like for me, now that I'm sober, I'm 4 years and 1 month sober from everything, weed, alcohol, cigarettes. For me, getting happy, I have to get happy I get happy the old-fashioned way, the right way, the real way. I do real things and I get happy from them. I don't go purchase my happiness, okay? I do it the right way, okay? I do it the innocent, the good old-fashioned way, all right? So for instance, let me just think of an example. Like, let's say I'm on the football team or I'm on the hockey team and we're playing hockey. Just being out there on the ice playing hockey already boosts my happiness up so much because I just love to skate and I love to play hockey and it's so fun. Just even when we're losing, it's just fun, right? And when we score, or when I score, or when the crowd goes wild, I freaking get really, really happy, like really extremely happy naturally. Or let's say it's tie, or it's almost, yeah, let's say it's tie game and it's the last few seconds on the clock and then we score or something, especially if I score, dude, that boosts my thing up just like a million times, just like really, really, really happy, right? Or other situations, like let's say you're talking to this girl, or let's say you like this girl and you've never talked to her, and then you just asked her for a number and she gave it to you. Dude, that will freaking, you'll be floating, be like singing songs, all happy as crap, you know what I mean? That's natural happiness, okay? And now what potheads do, and it's not your fault, because I did it too and I didn't even realize I was doing it. What potheads and drug addicts do, they go purchase their happiness. They have to go buy it. You know what I mean? You have to go down the street or whatever, call up so and so, spend 20 bucks, buy your happiness. You have to put it in a bowl and light it on fire and inject it in your body somehow. Some people slam their happiness into their veins. You know what I mean? Some people snort their happiness. You know, some people drink their happiness. Okay? And it's not your fault. You didn't design it that way. You didn't know that was going to happen. It was just a one-time experience. It was supposed to be, you're just supposed to kick it and celebrate, and then it just turned into an everyday thing, and now your body relies on it, and now that's the only way you can really get happy, seriously. And what I'm saying is not just all freaking stuff I thought up in my head, it's scientific. Okay, at the end I'll throw in the science, I'll tell you where you can look it up and all that stuff. It's scientific. This is fact, okay? And it's not, I'm not making it up, okay? But I'm going to say it in our terms because I'm not a scientist, and if I start talking about all the specific chemicals in your brains and all that stuff, it's going to sound confusing, so I'll leave that at the end, all right? So, anyway, so like, for instance, let me give you one more example. Like, let's say there's this married guy, right? He's married to this beautiful woman, and he gets really happy when he has sex with his wife, right? So he goes home, has sex with his wife, and he has a great time, okay? Now, the other guy who goes to purchase his happiness will like go to a strip club, buy his way into the strip club, purchase a lap dance, okay? Now, what I'm saying is, it's not like you're getting the same thing. All you have to do is pay for it. You get a really watered down piece of crap, dirty, nasty, depressing version of happiness. The real happiness is way better. Having sex with your wife or going out to a game that you're playing and scoring the freaking winning goal that wins the freaking World Series or whatever. That's real happiness. Now, fake freaking bottom of the barrel, scum of the earth happiness is getting high. Like just like going to the strip club and getting a girl that danced on 50 other guys that night, dancing all over your lap. That's freaking nasty. Yeah, it'll satisfy you for those 2 hours that you're there. Yeah, you'll get by that night. But that's not happy. You're not happy. That's not happiness, right? I'm not to brag or boast. I feel weird when I say this, but I feel like it's just necessary so I can tell you. I think I'm much more happy than all my friends that I used to smoke weed with. And they are really cool, amazing, incredible, happy people, especially one of them. Especially one of them is just like the most funniest guy in the entire world, the funniest guy I know. And unfortunately, he spends all his time smoking weed right now. And I really do think that I'm like a lot happier than him all the time, and you can just see it on his face. It's sad. Or just, on a regular basis, I should say. It's really sad. But anyway, what I was saying, so, like, and like people who do drugs, it's like they're trying to fill a void. I don't know if you've ever heard that concept, I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but it's like you're trying to fill a void. It's like you got this empty hole inside of you, and you're trying to fill it up with stuff. You fill it up with parties, you fill it up with beer, you fill it up with weed, thinking that it's going to satisfy you. And all it does is it satisfies you for a little bit, but it doesn't really satisfy. You're not really happy. You know what I mean? Filling it up with real stuff will make you happy. Filling that hole with a good girl, with an actual relationship with a good girl, that will help fill the hole. But filling it up with sex with some random girl or some girl that you don't really like or don't really know that well or don't love at all, having sex with her will just fill the hole for that night. Okay, it's not gonna help you feel. It's a fake happiness. It's a one-time deal. You have a hole, right? Everyone has this thing they gotta fill up. If you fill it up with drugs, it's a bottomless hole. It's never gonna get full. You could throw all the drugs. That's why people OD, because they feel like they keep needing stuff and it's not working. So you're not getting happy. So like it's like you have a barrel, right? A barrel with no bottom to it. Like it's got no bottom to it. So drugs is a bottomless pit. It's a bottomless barrel. No matter how many drugs, no matter how much drugs you throw into this barrel, you're not going to be happy. And so is money, and so is random sex with random good-looking girls, whatever. You can have as much sex with you want with as many random girls as you want, no matter how good-looking they are. You can have as much money as you want. You can have as much weed and alcohol and beer, all that stuff as you want. It's never going to get full. It's never going to be satisfied, okay? You got to fill it up with real stuff, love, good things, natural things, okay? Don't shut this off, but for me, it was God, okay? I accepted Christ, and then that satisfied me, okay? But don't shut this off. I'm not going to talk about that right now. All right, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't want to hear that right now. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, eventually, now, the more you smoke weed, the more your body relies on weed or drugs, whatever it is, let's just say weed, the more your body relies on weed to make you happy. Before you started smoking weed, you can do those natural things and they'll make you just as happy as it makes me right now, this sober person. But now if you go do those things that I'm doing, yeah, you'll get a little bit of natural happiness, but not really, because you're all screwed up from all the weed. So like, well, let's say when I score a goal at hockey, it makes me this freaking happy. Let's say you played hockey too and you smoke weed. If you score a goal from hockey or whatever, it'll probably make you like this happy or this happy, because the chemicals in your brain are all jacked up from weed. And I'll talk about that like at the end. I'll probably start talking about it right now. And let me just tell you one thing before I forget. When you smoke, when you do drugs, you live in this bubble. Okay, you live in this small little bubble, and all you see is what the drugs puts in front of you. It blocks you from reality. You can't see what's outside of this bubble. Okay, the bubble is like, outside of the bubble is real life. You're in this bubble. You're sheltered from real life. You're sheltered from reality. You're not in reality. Reality is outside of this bubble, but you put up a real thick wall bubble, and that's fantasy land. That's where you're all high every day. Okay, you only see what's inside the bubble. You can't see outside of the bubble. Now, when you quit smoking weed, it's like someone just ripped that bubble wide open and destroyed it, or just popped the bubble. Now you're freaking out there in real life, and it feels like you've never been there before. And reality hits you like a million miles an hour. And that's why when people get sober, right when they get sober, they're so excited, like, whoa, you smell that? I haven't smelled that in years. It reminds me of 6th grade. And then just everything just comes so fast, and every little thing is just so funny and interesting to you. Like my friend Vince got sober for 8 days from weed. 8 days. On his 3rd day, he never calls me, because he was always like busy getting high and stuff, and he's kind of a mean guy when he's on weed. He's like, what do you want? Anyway, he calls me. I haven't heard from him in he hasn't called me in over a year. I'm like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what does this guy want? Has this got a flat tire or something? Because he never calls me. And he's like, what's up, man? What you doing? He's all excited. I'm just like, I'm kind of busy. And he goes, guess what? I haven't smoked weed in like 2 days or something, or 3 days. I was like, really? And And he was like, yeah. Hey, you want to go play soccer? You want to go play hockey or something? He's like, can I come over? I was like, yeah. And I went and picked him up. We went to the sporting goods store. He bought a basketball, a soccer ball, baseball. He bought a hockey stick, some pucks. He bought some shin guards, some hockey equipment. And all he wanted, he just got millions of ideas. I want to play sports every day. I want to play hockey on Fridays. I want to play hockey on Saturdays. And the rest of the week, I want to play soccer, baseball, football. He was just coming up with all kinds of ideas. Like, hey, you want to go to the mall? Let's go to the mall. Let's go watch a movie. Like, he's just so excited. And that's what I mean. Like, reality. And he was pro weed. He was like, man, smoking weed. You couldn't look anywhere in his bedroom and not see something weed related. He's got Bob Marley posters here. He's got, I'm not even going to tell you what he's got growing over there. He's got all kinds of stuff just all over his room. It's just everything. You can't even look on the ground without seeing something. There's something weed related. He loves weed, right? Anyway, he wound up relapsing and he's smoking weed right now again. But there was that time where one of the most weed, freaking pro weed guys I know quit, and he was super duper excited about weed. We happened to stop by my little cousin's house just so I could drop off a sweater, and they're like 5 years younger than us. He gets out of the car when my car's running, and he's not really the lecture or preachy type. Like, he would never like talk to anyone or give anyone advice. He gets out of the car, gets on his knee, and starts telling my two cousins who are like 5 to 8 years younger than us, 5 and 8 years younger than us, about never smoke weed. It was the worst decision he's ever made in his life. He's so happy right now that he's sober, blah, 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 and just tells them the big differences, and he's just like, just everything. He's just like so excited, just everything right now. I feel like I'm glowing. I feel like I'm walking on the, like just walking on the sky. I feel like I'm like, I'm telling you, being sober is like a billion times better than smoking weed. All right, and it's great, and I know you love it. I'm not even kidding you. You will love it. I can guarantee you'll love it. If you don't love it, maybe you should see a psychiatrist, because you probably have like super severe depression or something like that. Okay? And I'm not clowning on you. That might be true. I don't know. But I think like 99.9% of the people who get 100% sober will love sobriety. Okay? Now, let me just throw in the scientific stuff. You can go Google this stuff, okay? Serotonin, okay? Serotonin. I think it's spelled S-E-R-A-T-O-N-I-N, something like that. Serotonin is a chemical that your brain naturally produces that makes you happy, okay? But it produces it and it stores it somewhere. I forget all the terms, so you have to bear with me. You can go read up on this or watch a video. In fact, here, do this. Go to this website called montanameth.org. I think it's like Montana Meth, and they got like Arizona Meth. It's all the same website, I think. .org. Go Google it. Montana Meth Project, I think it's called. And they got a website. Click on like how it works or something, and it shows you. There's a video, like a tutorial video of how meth affects your brain, and it affects it almost in the exact same way that weed affects your brain. So just watch that video, and then it'll really be real similar to what I'm trying to tell you, and show you pictures and how it, like 3D images of how it all works. Okay. So now. Serotonin is the chemical that makes you happy. Now, when something good happens, the chemical is released, and then it goes into these little acceptor things. I don't know what they're called, but they're like little holes. They're like acceptors, and then the serotonin chemical goes into the little holes, and then when that happens, when the holes get the serotonin, you feel happy. So, like, I guess an orgasm is a lot of that going into those holes. A lot of serotonin going into the holes. And I guess when you score a winning goal at some football game or something, I guess the gates open up for the serotonin, not all the way, just enough for some to get out, and it goes into the little holes. When you do ecstasy, the gates open like all the freaking way, and all the serotonin goes all over your damn brain, and that's why you get so happy when you're on ecstasy. And if you do it enough times, it damages the crap out of your little acceptor things and the thing that produces your serotonin, making you depressed and sad, and some people kill themselves after a while, and it makes you retarded. I only got a few more seconds here, so but what happens is THC, when you smoke weed, the THC goes in your brain or some crap, gets in your blood somehow, goes in your brain or something like that, and it tricks those little acceptors into thinking that it's serotonin. And then so when you smoke weed, a lot of it goes into those little holes, and that's why you feel so happy in the first few times you smoke weed. And after a while, your brain stops producing serotonin because it's not using it anymore, and then it forgets what serotonin is, and it thinks THC is serotonin. So your body wants THC because it's sad without it, and then so you rely on this fake happiness. That's how you get addicted to being high. That's how you get addicted to weed. All right, there's 5 seconds left. I gotta go. Look it up. Serotonin. Google whatever. Bye. Get